Morning YouTube, or morning me. Just to kill a bit of this anxiousness off, I am actually currently about to leave the shelter. It's been nice, and I didn't realize I've been living in the shelter for at least 2 years. So it's been a lot of help. I mean, it's a place where nobody complains about anybody, and you can just really take off a whole bunch of things. And it's, I don't know, is it really annoying? But like, I reported it a lot to my psychiatrist and how I hear like other people in the distance, and how my actions daily take place and affects other people. It's really hard because I really don't care. I kind of am too optimistic, and I really don't find any balance. But like, it doesn't throw me off to be anything else. But like, it only stresses me out if like old memories come back and like people find place or like knew something that I did, and then they really didn't talk about it or anything, or like it wasn't passed on. It's kind of like walking through a hallway of like people, and then all of a sudden they find out that you're with like the most popular person or like dating a jock or anything like that every day. So I mean, I'm only one person in the city, but at the same time, the only thing that I really worry about is since it's been 2 years, and I finished school. I don't know if I finished school while I was living with the shelter or anything, but um, uh, like I lived for 12 months not doing anything because I was just too mentally not memorizing. I was losing memory, so I couldn't focus, and I was actually melting down with a whole bunch of like weird things, like trying to get myself into the edge. But since I've been like trying to like reach out to doctors and find somebody to help me, I kind of feel a bit more balance. I feel the balance now, but you're giving me way too many high expectations. I can't really take them. I can't really handle it because like it's not the truth. So I don't I really it's that stresses me out as well. Like that's the number two thing that stresses me out. Um, but like I don't have self-esteem problem. I just have like closeness with like death and stuff, but it's not like suicide. Suicide would be probably like um, wanting to leave without any like grief. So you wouldn't care about grieving at all, and it's kind of weird. It's quite different. The symptoms are different. So I've been researching a lot about the disorders, but mine's unidentifiable. It's just that. I don't know whose ruling this is, but like every day it feels like I've been demeaned. So it's not really cool living under demeaning environment. I mean, I don't talk to anybody personally like this, like flesh to flesh, or like people to people. I don't talk to anybody about it. Only the people I really talk to are like the doctors or like staff members who like run this place. But like you can hear people running in and out, and they have nothing to do with their day but to like engorge into gossip. So where did gossip come from and where do rumors come from? It's all the same shit. All throughout high school, all throughout elementary, that's all we learned, right? So I mean, I lived with it for like 8 years of my life just because I kissed a boy in grade two, and then it just kept going until like I was in high school in grade eight. It was hell because like um, you're expecting me to open up too soon. So I have a problem with that. So I'm not really a forward person with a lot of things I do. I kind of present myself a little bit more like a stiff board. So I don't really want to be like flexible or lenient about it, but at the same time, if I got off and like it's just in the process of like accepting an application, maybe I'll hear from them in like a week or two. Um, it's been making me look a little less as you can tell around my face, a little less rigid, a lot more smoother. So if I got off of it, I feel like I will steep down, or like what do you call that? Yeah, it'll be too steep for me. So I think that's the word. I'm trying to make this cool and memorable at the same time. So then when I look at myself, I won't be like, what the hell did I do? And like, it's something about like letting go of later, and then you can only go to the worst of yourself and back into the worst of yourself. But everything that you do to like an idea of like making your day a little bit easier for that day is like the worst that you could come back to. And so if you ended up crying, and instead of, if it was me, I'd probably be cutting. So if anything shit went down again, I probably would start cutting instead of like consuming alcohol or like drugs. I'd probably look for cutting. So not like, not neither of them are like any better, but like you probably choose like intoxication. But like yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like living under pressure, and people are like peer pressuring you every day. Yeah, I'm having like so much. I have a huge change, and I just saw my new, and I don't know. So yeah, I'm getting into treatment, although to me it feels like I'm getting into some sort of addiction treatment. It's not addiction treatment. It's kind of like a more of a mental stability kind of thing. So it's like more easing when you don't have guidance. So you have to lend your hand into the medical world. So I went through that path, and if there was like really like-minded people, there would be like only like a few ways that you can go about your life, right? So I mean, I don't have determined parents or anything like that. And if I did, and I went down the road I did myself, they would be there for me at least like 80% of the way. So I mean, that's right. I don't have. That's the report card right there. It's just the way that it affects me. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it was dysfunctional, because I could see it go down the worst way, worser than my way. But we're like neighbors. We're just like, probably bouncing ideas, but like we're not bouncing ideas. It's just that, but I do have a sibling, so he lives pretty nice. He's profound. He's like really living in a profound life. But he has a problem with me. So like it really knocks me out of the family picture a lot, because I took in a lot of shit for this family. So for him to say that I'm a psycho, it's really shaky on my part. But it really hurts 10 times. So anyways, last Christmas I gave him a watch, and I said, fuck off, stop calling me a psycho. So then, as a gift, just shut your mouth. So then just walk away, and I'll never get you anything anymore. But like, I used to love you like my brother. So I don't know who he is right now. I don't think he stands anywhere with me. But at the same time, we're blood related, which sucks to know that all the time. So that, because like stupid money, right? But like, overall, I wish I hope I get through with this week. I can't really tell it forward, because it's very paralyzing. So one of my joints will go off or something. It's just fucked up. Pretty much all living on my own. So there's like completely almost no support after this. So it's gonna be thank God. I wish people can tell each other what kind of like deceased people are like holding to you or something, holding you up to live. But anyways, thanks for listening, and hopefully Susan will be at the better place in her life.